Welcome to Joe's Astrology. This is the birth chart for Rachel Ray, TV personality. And she was the person who she was known for these 30-minute meals, doing these quick meals on television. I'm not sure if she even still does it. I haven't seen her on TV in a long time because I don't watch TV, or I don't watch TV anymore. But I remember she was known for those 30-minute meals. And she has this massive stellium in the first house, and it's all in Virgo, and the sun is in Virgo too. And you could think all that first house energy is be associated with Mars and Aries, and she also has Saturn in Aries, and her Mars is in Leo, the sign of um, creativity, being on stage, uh, being in front of people, gaining attention. And with all that first house energy, you can see the idea of being first house and Mercury and Virgo being that nervous energy, or that energy where you're kind of all over the place, busy, busy, busy. Virgo likes to keep busy and not sit and ponder like Pisces. So of course, 30-minute meals is perfect for someone like her. And she probably, I mean, you could think she probably realized that, practically speaking, people are busy and they need to cook quick and fast, etc. But even her south node is in the first. But if we look at her, she's that's her personality. So she's also kind of um, looking at herself when she became this 30-minute meals person. And it just so happens to correlate with a lot of people have busy lives. So she has the ruler there is in the first, Mercury. It's in Virgo where it rules. She's got Jupiter on the ascendant, and it's in the Capricorn decan. So we also have Venus there. So we have this Jupiter, Mercury, and Venus, and Moon, and Pluto. They're just so close together. It doesn't look like that on this chart, but they're really all there, close to the rising. And we see Mars is even in the degree, that Mars in Leo is in the degree of the ascendant. So what does it all mean? Well, with Jupiter there, she's a teacher. She's basically on television teaching about cooking. She is a teacher. We see it's a combination of Virgo, and that Jupiter is a combination of Virgo and Capricorn. And you see in Capricorn on her fifth house of that self-expression. So she's not just a teacher like you think of, like a teacher in a classroom. She needs to climb the ladder. She's ambitious with that Mars influence. We see, like I said, Saturn is in Aries. The North Node is in Aries. The ruler of that North Node is Mars, and it's in Leo. She may look humble. You see all that Virgo. She gives the appearance of being humble, but there's definitely an element of ambition, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's that element of ambition, trying to get to the top. And one little side note here with with all this Virgo, I read in a book called, I think it was called Happy Brain, and I didn't really know, surprised I didn't know this, but there's many different ways to increase your serotonin, and one of the ways to increase your serotonin is status, to increase your status. So there's no wonder that you can even just say physiologically why people want to increase their status, because it's a mood booster. So someone who has Venus in the first, Venus Moon, a good person who likes good feelings. You see that Venus Moon there in the first. She's probably going to chase the good feelings. And what better way to do it than rising to the top of your industry, gaining attention, things like that. Even gaining attention can boost your mood. I'm not sure if that was mentioned in that book, but I'm sure that's true. So we also have Pluto here, Pluto Moon, Pluto Venus, Pluto Mercury. I mean, I'm just wondering, like, this person isn't afraid to dissect things, possibly, and really be even though like Virgo, like be a psychologist, a healer. You think of Virgo as well as being somebody who heals through food. Could be a healer through nurturing people through the nourishment of food. I think television. She's on television. We have Uranus here. It's making a inconjunct to that Saturn. I'm sorry, I think I said the south node was in the first. The south node is actually in the second. The north node is in the eighth. And the south node is ruled by Venus, and it's in the first. So she's coming, you can see that with that south node ruler being ruled by that Venus in the first, where she's coming from, Pluto in the first. She's really coming from a place of self. I mean, this person pretty much has to own her own business or be like center of attention in her work. And even with Saturn in Aries and the North Node in Aries, there's so much here where she would have to be center of attention. You think of, well, her sun is in the 12th, the house of behind the scenes. Yeah, it is in the 12th, and the whole sign, though, you could say it's in the first. And even if it is in the 12th, she's a performer, and she's a television performer. I'm not sure how she started off, but we could say she started off behind the scenes. Television is actually behind the scenes, in a sense. It's not the same. Like me giving this presentation is not the same performing in front of people in real life. So there's that element of stage performance here with the sun in the 12th. She does have Neptune in a sextile to Venus, Moon, Mercury, even Jupiter loosely. So there is a lot of aspects here with Neptune. She's got Neptune, Saturn in conjunct. Definitely this second house, eighth house emphasis. Rachel Ray, she's money. People, whoever hired her knew that immediately. She could tell. She's money. And with that second house, south node, ruled by Venus, the Venus aspect of her is money there in the second house, her image. And the north node where she's headed, you can see the planet of work and responsibility there in the eighth of other people's money. This is one of those charts you could look at and say, well, is this person successful or going to be successful? Or even if they failed, are they going to come back strong? And you can really bet on this chart being successful no matter what. No matter what happens in life, they'll find their success somewhere. So I'm going to leave it there for now. This is a mini chart reading for Rachel Ray.